Hello everyone, just a quick video here because of something I just experienced when I went out to run a couple of errands. A lot of people still don't understand something so simple as to how to deal with this virus. So first of all, if you didn't, okay, you should have always had this at home. If it doesn't say something like this, okay, kills viruses and bacteria. All I've seen always say 99.9. Okay. This also says it. This also says it. Okay. Then you're wasting your time. There's some, like people have brought home from the store, stuff like this. This is not going to kill any viruses or anything. This is just to clean dirt, whatever. So again, this is what you have to use. Now, where do I start? As I said, I wanted to make this a very short video while it's still in my head, what I experienced today. What I'm seeing here, like for example, I'm doing this video with my cell phone. You see people at the stores wearing gloves, okay? They're touching everything with the gloves. Good, okay? So that's not getting on their hands. But I have seen a couple of people in the last couple of days that forget and their little face itches and they touch it. So you know how many viruses are on that glove versus if you would have just done it with your hands? Probably a lot more. Okay, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, biochemist or anything, but I do read a lot and I have a lot of common sense, or at least a lot more than what I see on the street. So, you know, the gloves are only if you're going to wear the gloves, and then what you're going to do, let's say you're at the store grabbing groceries. Another thing, as you grab stuff at the store, okay, all this stuff, okay, that you're grabbing at the store, somebody else touched it, okay? Whether it was at the factory or whether from the factory to the truck, from the truck to the warehouse, from the warehouse to the other truck, from the other truck to the grocery store. Several people touched these things that we are purchasing at the store. So most of this stuff, if someone with the virus touched it, and especially they don't know they have the virus and they sneezed or whatever on their hand, they just transferred that virus to whatever you just grabbed at the store. Okay, so whether with the glove or with your hand, you're grabbing all this stuff. Okay, you are probably out of everything. I know I spend a couple of $100 sometimes a day, or at least every other day. There's a lot of people that live with me, or not a lot, but you know, it's a normal American family. But you know, with spouses and kids, we buy a lot of food at least every 2 days. You know, stuff that we you know, at least the eggs and the milk and the bread, the butter, that kind of stuff that you eat every day. So you're bringing that home. Now, when you come home with these items, it doesn't matter if it's this or if it's food, okay? You're bringing that virus home. If you put the stuff from the store, whether this or the bags from the store on your counter, probably a chance that the virus is right here, okay? Then you grab the stuff, and okay, and you're putting the virus probably in your shelves or in your fridge, okay? So you probably brought the virus, okay, in there also. You touched the handle, okay? You touched this to open the door. So the first thing after you, I would say, unpack everything, just think as you're doing these things. It's easy. I mean, again, I'm not special. I just use my brain. You know, as you bring the stuff home, you know, I'm not saying wipe everything down, which would, you know, with this, which would probably almost, again, well, not 100, but maybe 99.9% get rid of the virus before you mix it with the rest of your stuff. But just educate your family, educate yourself. Remember, the virus can be on the outside of these foods and stuff that we bring in the house. So after I unpack everything and put it away, then the next thing you want to do is wash your hands. Now, you got to wash your hands, ideally, with something that also kills viruses, okay? Now, if you don't have that, then, of course, hopefully all of you know, 70% alcohol solution will also do that. So if you don't have wipes, grab a paper towel. Okay, put some alcohol on it. I've done that too, and you can use that to kill the viruses. Now, another thing you want to do is remember, you touched this when you came from the store and touched everything. So you want to go ahead and clean whatever you touched here to open up your specific vehicle. If you had to lock it, this one locks by itself, or if you had to unlock it, okay, the handle. I had to use the handle to get out of the vehicle. Okay, you were driving, clean your steering wheel. Okay, if you use the radio, okay, the radio knob or whatever you use, you should also clean that. If you had to change the temperature on the AC, of course, you had to move from park to reverse and or drive or both. Okay, so just think. I carry this, of course. I don't leave it in here because the sun would destroy it. But again, see if it'll focus. 99.99. Okay, just 0.01% of germs are gonna maybe not get it. So that right there, you may want to, or what I do at least, is as I get out of the vehicle before I go in the store, I even put this on my hand. It has been proven. You can watch videos, scientific videos, where it shows what it does to the viruses, germs, etc. So do that. And then when I get in the vehicle from the store, the same thing. I use it before I put my hands on the steering wheel. Okay, so just try to think while you're doing these things. Get your mail? Guess what? The mailman also touched it. Okay, so he has the virus. It's right there too. This ideally would be the perfect thing. Just leave things outside and then bring stuff in that especially comes in boxes from Amazon, Federal Express, UPS, etc. Again, you came home, you had to do this. Okay, you need to clean that. You need to clean this. Same thing on the inside. You have to clean this. You touched it, and of course you have to clean this. Okay, any light switch at home that you touch, okay, you need to clean that. Your keys, you touched them after you touched everything in the store. Did you touch your remote control? Did you touch your dog? No, just kidding. Another thing I'm amazed is I see people explaining this on television or videos. Okay, before you wash your hands, let's say the hands still have the virus, or you came from outside, etc. Okay, you don't grab it like this. Open it like this. Okay, open, going like that. Because probably here it's not there. Now the soap, the same thing. With the other hand, of course, I got the phone, can't do it, show you, but push down here, same, okay, and then with the other hand, grab the soap. If not, you're putting the virus right there. Okay? So you wash your hands. I'm sure everybody knows how to wash your hands, even though the reason they say sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or do it for 20 seconds, is because it's not the 20 seconds, it's just to give you an idea, enough time to really clean your hands. You gotta, the fingers, with the other hand, sadly I'm doing this by myself, I can't show you, but grab the fingers and I go with the other hand around the fingers like this. Okay, to make sure I'm cleaning all the fingers. The top of the hand, okay, at least up to here, like doctors do. I'm sure you see them go all the way up past the wrist, okay, because it moves. So do that, and then when you finish, now your hands are clean, then you can either go like this or back like that, which is how, for decades, I got myself used to, doing it like that. So again, common sense, anything you touch. Okay, if you came from outside with other people to a store, post office, Home Depot, the bank, whatever, I went to one of the errands was the bank. I had to touch that little thing because they're just, helping people through the drive-through window. I mean, the drive-through, the where you drive up and they have that little cylinder that you put your stuff in. Imagine the little button that I had to push to send and everything else, the cylinder and everything, how much germs, bacteria, and even not the coronavirus, but even the flu, whatever. People are used to sneezing on their hands, their fingers, and then that's why everybody keeps getting sick, even with the flu. Depending where you read and where you get your information, up to 80,000 people a year worldwide die of the flu. It was never a big deal, H1N1, but for whatever reason, and I know all the information, nobody has to, to write it. I read, I watch news, etc. I know, and I read the CDC and all the stuff, so I know it's supposed to be, a lot more deadly and contagious and all that, blah, 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 especially if you're older or if you have certain medical conditions. But, come on, think. What the heck? Okay, got a cat here in my jacuzzi tub. So again, think as you're holding things. And for those of you that think that this is no big deal, again, it's not you. Is, whether you have older parents or older grandparents or relative, that those are the people. Yeah, it's only 2% of people, those people that will actually die usually, okay? But, I used to be in all these, I shouldn't say this, but, militia groups and Oath Keepers groups and 3%ers, and I stopped because I'm in great shape for my age. Okay, I stay trim. I have a six-pack at my age, which very rare, probably maybe less than 1% of people still have a six-pack at my age. I run, I work out, and in these groups, 90% of the people couldn't freaking walk a damn mile, but they were all, big and bad because they had the weapons and the rounds and all that. Most of them, 90%, I think, didn't even serve in the freaking military. But, these people just demotivated me of going to these groups and prepper groups because they had no freaking idea what the hell they were talking about. But, well, I'm getting off topic as always. So again, the main thing was think after you go out, everything you're touching. Of course, everybody knows the little cards at the store. If you have to open and close a door at the store. But again, the doors at the store and the refrigerated items, everything you're touching, somebody, maybe depending on how much cleaning that specific store is doing now, is doing, why are you following me around? Depending how much cleaning they do, tens, at least dozens of people touched it before you. And percentage-wise, as we're seeing, as the days, weeks, and months go by with this freaking thing, it's people have it, so there's a very, very good chance that you are catching it. Oh, and what I was going to say. So again, if you're young and you're healthy and you're like, nothing's going to happen to me, that's a terrible attitude to have, to just think about yourself. Okay, that's another thing I was going to get at with the so-called 3%er groups and militias and Oath Keepers. You're supposed to help people. But hey, you may give it to somebody else that may give it to somebody else, or you're responsible to give it to someone who gives it to someone. So, don't be selfish. This is real. This is no government freaking conspiracy or anything like that. It's a real thing. So, think. Any questions, anything maybe I missed by walking around and not having anything written down, let me know in the comments. Again, like always on the internet, whether positive or negative, I read everything still, every comment, and I'll reply if I think I can help. Patriot Marine out. Stay safe, stay clean, and don't just think about yourself, think of others also.